It is a serious issue with high-rise buildings, which was discovered tragically because of the Grenfell Tower fire. 2.5 years on, hundreds of buildings are still covered in flammable cladding, but that number is disputed. Campaigners argue the true figure is far higher than the government estimates. Today, people living in those buildings and the politicians representing them came to Parliament to demand action to make their homes safe. Rags Martel reports.
They live in fear. Residents who worry every day their home could be the next Grenfell.
It's very, very difficult. Emotionally, it's very difficult. At times I do think, sorry.
Pryor lives in Rivington apartment, Slough, now deemed dangerously unsafe with big bills looming.
This is difficult. We're all by ourselves amongst all these people affected. We don't know how long, what impacts it will have on our life. It's very difficult. Every day is a struggle at the moment.
End the cladding crisis. Do what's right.
This afternoon, people trapped in unsafe homes protested outside Parliament.
It is literally a living hell, and it's like being trapped in a living hell for something that was not your fault. We are asking the government today to realise that this is a national crisis. It is not going to go away.
Since Grenfell, the government's promised to remove all flammable cladding, but more than 2.5 years after the fire, 310 buildings still have dangerous cladding on them. However, these are just the government figures, and crucially only look at one type of dangerous cladding called ACM. But take a look at this. This fire in Bolton last November spread by a different type of cladding called high-pressure laminate, which is just as flammable and just as dangerous. So these government figures don't include all the dangerous buildings. Independent research by the Association of Residential Managing Agents show it's actually more than 5 times higher, 1,685 buildings, which means around 500,000 residents are living in unsafe homes.
Our stance has always been time is the issue here, in a sense, not the money. Get people safe with funding, and then, frankly, we can argue later on about who pays for it.
Manchester and London, north and south.
From London to Manchester, residents everywhere live in homes with flammable cladding.
They're living a nightmare. Homes that are unsafe, so they've no peace of mind, but also homes with little or no value now, so they're financially ruined as well. None of this is their fault either.
It's almost 3 years now when 72 people perished in a fire that was preventable and predictable, and it's still the case there are families living in these death traps and the government's dithering and delaying.
In a statement, the government said resident safety remains our utmost priority, and there's no excuse for building owners not ensuring that residents are safe in their homes. But those are just empty words for these residents. All they want is an end to their cladding crisis. Rags Martel, ITV News, Westminster.